that's James's meal for today. And there's kale in that. There's spinach. There's tomato. There's my dinner, which is so awesome.
It looks so healthy.
And
you're going to talk about some of the
I will talk about it. And if James wants, he can have some dessert. I'm going to talk about this book a little bit. I'll show you a few pictures from it too. So Midsummer got top of the stack against Don't Let Go of the Dogs Tonight, and A Remarkable Place to Die. And honestly, I like watching all of those. What did you like? Their
Place to Die?
Yeah.
I enjoyed them, but I'm watching the scenery. I try not to focus too much on the acting, and
yeah.
It's mainly the acting. The stories are. Well,
I was going to show you a few pictures. So, the first picture I'll show you in here is this guy here. He's taco journaling, and then the next page they're in like doctors sort of outfits.
So they're prescribing tacos to you?
And then the minor cleanse. I'll read that little bit to you that's in there, but there's tequila anyway. And then there's some pictures of taco yoga, so that's pretty cute. Hard taco there. And then at the end there's even a crossword about tacos.
Is it a good crossword, or is it kind of amateur?
Well, it's not the New York Times Sunday morning crossword, that's for sure. But
yeah, it's not. Well, maybe it is symmetrical. Yeah, they actually made it symmetrical. So
it's a crossword.
Usually.
And then there's after that there's a help the guacamole find the taco and certificate of completion the taco cleanse at the end.
So that's a little maze.
Really funny, yeah. So really, there's some really cute pictures, drawings in here and stuff like that. There's some recipes that'd be very tasty. I guess if you're somebody who has made a lot of recipes, cooked a lot in the past, like to try new things, always trying new things, then maybe you're like me and you can actually taste the foods while you're reading it. So that's great. I love reading this, and then I was getting to taste all of these things because I've tasted the ingredients before and I know kind of what they taste like. So anyway, I will read the little bit about the minor cleanse, and that's on page 185. If you're familiar with cleansing, you might have already tried the Master Cleanse, also known as the lemonade diet. We found the positive effects of that cleanse might be lost in the insane hunger you feel while consuming only lemonade for days on end. And while I haven't heard of lemonade, I've heard of lemon juice, drinking lemon juice, not sweetened lemonade. But anyway, that's one of the many reasons why the taco cleanse encourages multiple hearty tacos throughout the day along with supplemental elixirs. However, we do encourage starting the day with a minor cleanse, this thing, to get your energies flowing. It will activate and open your connection to each of the tacos you will eat throughout the day. And mix the tequila, cayenne, and agave nectar in a small glass. Pour the elixir down your throat, swallow, and suck on a lime wedge. Okay. And I mean, so honestly, I walked past this in the library and I'm like, taco cleanse? Come on, unless they're eating my romaine lettuce tacos or something like that, then I don't think so. But then after reading a while, I was like, no, this is a joke.
It is?
Well, really it is. And
like a joke on them or on you?
Well, it's not really a cleanse. I mean, there's a lot of eating. If you ate this sort of food every day, you'd probably be healthier than whatever, like if you're eating the standard American diet. Well, you're going to be healthier eating this
Well,
stuff
yeah.
than that, right?
That's almost
But
anything.
to
really.
call this a cleanse, there's a lot of things in here that, like the tequila.
Tequila, whatever. That's the real tequila they're talking about?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
minor cleanse.
No, I recommend it.
Starting your day off with
Yeah.
tequila. And yeah, cayenne, that's going to boost your metabolism.
It's
So
gonna boost my gorge, I'll throw up.
I didn't write down how much cayenne. This is just a pinch in here, but honestly, you wouldn't need much.
Yeah.
Cayenne, it'll usually boost your metabolism so that you'll burn an extra 70 calories in a meal. So honestly, if you're eating spicy food, and tacos, oftentimes you can make them spicy if you get used to the heat, then you're going to boost your metabolism. You're going to burn more of the calories. And if you're eating vegan, well, you're probably not eating that many calories either.
I think
Even
you'd
at the best
almost
of
have
times.
to work
You
at
really,
eating too many calories.
Yeah,
if
well,
you're eating vegan.
I mean, it depends. If you're eating a lot of
Sugar?
extra virgin coconut oil in your
Okay.
foods, and they do have they have a few deep fried recipes in here. So frying plantains and some other stuff. Anyway, so if you're eating a lot of deep fried food, well, yeah,
It can happen, okay.
it can happen.
I guess Elvis was putting
And-
on weight with a vegan diet
Yeah,
when he
and
was eating peanut butter, jelly,
Yeah.
and
and when
No,
you get Paris peanut butter off he would give peanut butter on all of his 5 fingers for her to lick off. She got so fat.
I'm not really fat, but chunky. There's no doubt about it. But Elvis would eat shortly, and that's an animal product.
What?
Elvis Presley would eat shortly,
Oh,
and that's an animal product.
no.
It is?
Shortening, that's
Okay.
vegetable shortening.
Okay, there we go.
But lard is an animal product.
So it was shortening. He'd
But
eat,
shortening's not good for you.
I doubt
Like, it doesn't matter if, and that's a good point. Because shortening, yeah, you could eat shortening till the cows come home if you're vegan,
Yeah.
and that is not healthy. So, but the thing is, like, I remember years ago when I was trying to be healthier, I looked at agave nectar and I was like, why are people eating this stuff? This isn't healthier, you know, why? So there's some things in here that I don't know. And sure, the people who came up with this book, they teach you how to make your own like wheat tacos and corn tacos. So that's kind of cool.
From scratch.
Yeah, from scratch. And I suppose if maybe that would be healthier than buying taco shells.
Well, ultimately, you got to surrender control because you're using some sort of cornmeal or whatever. And Lord only knows what's been put in that stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you
So,
grew your
like-
own corn, maybe you.
Yeah. But honestly, a lot of people would cut out wheat and would cut out corn from their diets when they're wanting to cleanse. And there's a lot of things in here that a lot of people would cut out. Liquid smoke. A lot of people would cut that out.
Liquid smoke in there?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. How old
So-
are these folks? Are they even 25 years old?
Oh, I don't know.
Hmm.
There's probably... I'll have to try to find out more information about them. There's some about the authors right at the back here. But I'm not going to read it right
Oh,
now.
there's quite a few of them, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I don't really care that much, but James does,
I do.
obviously, and maybe you
I'm
do.
just
So
wondering how immature they are.
look. So, what is my diet tip of the day? You might be wondering. Well, like I said, I pointed out a few of the different ingredients, but I didn't point out the blueberries and pomegranate, and that's one too. So the diet tip of the day is GABA, G-A-B-A. And I didn't point out the kombucha James has here, but that's a fermented food. It's it's made from tea. So that's foods containing GABA are fermented foods like kimchi, miso, yogurt, tea, nuts, sprouted grains, spinach, broccoli, kale, beans, mushrooms, berries, cocoa, and tomatoes. And you can see you're eating a lot of these foods that contain GABA today. And I guess, I don't know if there's, it looks like, yeah, the quinoa in James's Power Bowl is sprouted anyway. But that's not really, that's a seed, not a grain. But anyway, so there you go. That's the diet thing of the day. Is, oh, and I was going to mention the like the lemon juice thing, because I brought it up from the taco cleanse. How does lemon juice work for a cleanse? Well, it increases fullness, metabolism, and fat burning, promotes hydration. So I think that's I just got that from asking Google's AI. So I asked Google all sorts of things, and I trust that it's probably right. I like Google. So, but yeah, that's all I really wanted to mention from that. And I should eat my stuff, but I'll talk about this briefly, and then I'll get to eat my stuff, and I don't know if my beans will be warm by then. But all I did, my food plate is obviously a lot fewer calories and stuff like that, healthier than James's, even though James has some good stuff on there.
Well, it's healthy.
It's a good meal.
This stuff I'm especially thrilled about, because we were talking about GABA in spinach, right?
Yeah, and James likes it cooked. He doesn't like it raw, whereas I like it raw. I don't like it cooked.
That's one of the few green veggies I
eat
happily, because of Popeye, I think.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and my mom would cook that stuff up.
And both of our meals are good GABA meals. But anyway, how I make these, I've told you before. I don't use any oil. I don't have to. I get the flavoring. Like, you'll look at these and you go, Pauline, that's just a salad. Okay, but I cook the like about the amount of the lid worth of that spaghetti squash. I cook it in a pan with some water instead of oil, and taco seasonings, and black beans in this batch, and just until the water is pretty much gone, and then I scoop it into the leaves, the lettuce leaves, and that's that. So if you did a taco cleanse with this sort of meal, well, it actually would be a lot healthier. So, midsummer. This one is long. It's 2 hours, 27 minutes long. And I had a hard time deciding which one of these I wanted to put on top, honestly, because this one, it's based on memoirs, whereas this one's very much not. But I thought 2 hours and 27 minutes, and I was interested the whole way along. So I put this on top. It's, there's some things, if you're watching it and you're going, okay, they went over for summer solstice, so this in June sometime, to Sweden, and it's very bright because it's Sweden, and it's summer solstice. And yet, near the end of the show, she becomes the May Queen, and they're doing like dancing around a maypole and stuff like that. So you'll be watching it and going, this wouldn't be during the same celebration. This doesn't make sense that way. But whatever.
They might have maypoles in Sweden and not in May. Just enough thought.
But then would they call her the May Queen?
No.
No. So
Not
Anyway.
beans from chickens. Okay.
Anyway, so there's some scary images in this. And honestly, this woman who was the main star, this young woman, she is great at crying. Oh, when she was crying, my heart was just wrenching. Like I was feeling just for her. I was feeling, man, I would love to give this woman a hug. It sounded like her heart was breaking, and it was making mine break too, just listening to her crying for her. And anyway, very interesting story. And I don't think that there are people in Sweden that would be like this, but whatever. Like in this movie, it's like a big commune where they're. I'm not going to give the story away because this is worth watching.
There's some weirdness in Sweden.
Yeah.
So maybe leftover from the 60s out of it.
Don't let the dogs go to. Don't let go to the dogs tonight. I said that.
Don't let's go.
Oh,
Don't
that's
let us
what it's
go.
called. Yeah. I said the title wrong earlier, but that's anyway. It's an interesting story. It's set in South Africa, so this one's set in Sweden and around the solstice. So beautiful, so beautiful. This one's set in South Africa, and not South Africa, Zimbabwe. Not
right next door to where I was born.
Yeah, I shouldn't have made that mistake. I was thinking when I got this out, I was thinking it was going to be about South Africa, but it was not. It was about Zimbabwe. So that's how I got confused just now. But anyway, it's there's some subject matter in this that I don't know if some people would feel comfortable with it. There's the little girl. She's her mother is, well, an alcoholic. She's drunk almost all the time now during this movie, when it's set. And you don't really know why, and then you get to know why and you feel for her. Because she's experienced a tragedy that she hasn't come back from. And so she's not really caring for her children very well. So the 8-year-old daughter here, that like they go to visit the grandparents at one point, and the grandmother is like, when was the last time she had a bath or whatever, you know, like she's running around like a little wild animal. And
so the dogs are doing the babysitting a little bit?
Well, more one of the servants, a woman, a native woman called Sarah, she's caring, and the girl's very attached to her. But this is a time of change in Zimbabwe. It's set 1980, the end of the Zimbabwe War of Independence in 1980. So, anyway, but the little girl, she's doing things like she has a grenade in her hand at one point. She's riding on a motorcycle. She's just a little, and just a little motorcycle her size. And so I don't know if people might be bothered watching that, but it's based on memoirs.
Jesus.
And
sorry, Professor.
So anyway, I would say it's worth watching. And yeah, I don't really want to give too much away about that either. So
we're gonna have to watch that.
But
one.
okay. I will mention that, you know, there's a lot of people that you'd hear, you know, Africa for Africans and stuff like that, meaning not white people, not Asian people, and okay, but what if people in England said England for the English only, or something like that? Well,
that would be racist.
Yeah, exactly. People around the world would be, whoa, what's going on with those bad English people who are so racist, you know, because there are a lot of people from Africa who are, that's their ancestral land, is the different various countries of Africa that are in England and that are here, that are all over the world. But Africa for Africans? But the rest of the world
right
for
now,
Africans too?
Yeah.
Like, what's that about?
Same sort of thing with the Palestinians. You know, you can't block them from being here. They want there to be penalties, legal penalties for what they call Islamophobia. Yet they're going to Jewish communities. This here in Canada.
Or Pakistan.
Yelling and screaming,
the land
go
of the
back
pure.
to the slums of Europe. Go back?
And
what? Go back to the slums of Palestine.
About that.
What was that?
Nobody says anything about Pakistan. The name hasn't had to change. The land of the pure.
Land of the pure.
That's creepy. It's creepy. And everybody in the world should be looking at that going, okay, land of the pure, you pure people, obviously we don't need you here because we're untouchable, really. So you stay where you're pure.
Well, it's a
and
different
would that be
concept.
racist to say that?
Pakistan's Islam, Muslim. So
yeah,
it's
but then if there's like rain or something, and historically people couldn't go out into the streets if they weren't Muslim, because then the rainwater might get on a Muslim person and then they'd be soiled from the... So it's not really different, James.
I'm not sure how bad that was in Pakistan. Apparently the Shias were worse for that than the Sunnis. The Sunnis are dominant by far in Pakistan. So Shias are dominant around. But it's interesting to look at. The Ayatollah, he made a list of maybe the 10 most unclean things, and as I recall, gotta be careful. I think it's infidels' bodies were as unclean as poop and pee and stuff like that. So various exudations of the body, blood, so on and so forth. Don't wake up. Folks, you guys are going around there saying Islam's tolerant. When you say that, I don't care how much you believe it, you're just lying. If you lie to yourself, go ahead, but don't go lying to other people. I don't care how much you believe.
Anyway, but I don't know a lot. James knows a lot more about this, about various cultures, about politics in different places, and religions. He knows all that stuff, and I make meals. So
I wish I didn't have to, but there we go.
Anyway, so I guess I should just be quiet about it and let James talk. So a remarkable place to die. Wow, remarkable. Yeah. This was so beautiful. James and I, we were both thinking the same time. Every time a beautiful scene came on, we just, we lost ourselves in it. And we were having a hard time following the story because we were looking at the scenery, like when there was two people talking in a vehicle, say we were looking past them at the scenery, and so we weren't.
No, it's
anyway.
A double combination. It's the reason why it's at the bottom of the stack. It's not the bad stuff.
No, but the acting.
The acting, they're smart because they know the acting isn't that good.
So they give you a lot of scenery,
so
and
there's
the scenery
a bad scene, and then boom, you get a great scene, and you veg out, and then a boring scene, and you veg out in a different way. You know?
Yeah.
Almost snoring, and then here's some lovely scenery. Veg out, yeah, okay. So it's a remarkable place to die, not a remarkable series.
No, but I will watch the next one. I look forward to seeing all the scenery, and who knows, they might pick up some better actors along the way, or they might learn how to act better.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Then, anyway.
They do have some fairly good actors in New Zealand.
In New Zealand, yeah.
There was one guy who was in one series that we just finished watching a little bit of, and he was in this series too. He's got a homely face only mother, but not big love. And he was wearing the same kind of hat. I think he was wearing the same costume. I think he's saving money on
But this
costume.
Isn't really there. Like James said near the end of watching this season, he said There's not enough mystery. There's too much drama,
Oh my God.
and that's
If
really
you-
the main problem
Yeah. So
with it. It's not even the acting. That's the main problem. So James will now talk about whatever he wants to talk about. It looks like it's that.
it's hard
I'll-
to read upside down
Yeah.
because who's ever heard of a Marna?
Let's move that.
How much time? 5 minutes?
I'm trying to see for ya. 3 minutes 36 seconds. So
So I was
go
off
for
by
her.
about a minute. There we go. A Marna personal name.
Hands are clean still.
Some people call it Alamarna. Apparently that's not entirely
Okay, I'm
correct.
gonna eat
It's
this
not
one
the
first 'cause it's near
Amarna.
me.
In the original, it's an actual place, Amarna. So there are a bunch of letters written to King Tut. King Tut, they think, and I think they're right, the ones who think it. King Tut's dad, they think, they're not sure if it's his dad. So that's a guy called Akhenaten. And King Tut's granddad, Amenhotep III. And weirdly enough, it's found in the middle of present-day Egypt, and written in a cuneiform script. That's not Egyptian hieroglyphic writing, but Mesopotamian, i.e. Babylonian, and or Assyrian writing. But there's other things written in cuneiform, like what they call Hurrian, some stuff in, they call it Anatolian. It's basically related to Hittite and stuff like that. So, cuneiform script, and this is a very valuable thing. Not recommended. Don't spend money on it. I've had it for a long time. It was put out in, I thought it was 89, but it's 93, so it's more than 30 years old. But it has all these weird names. The trouble with cuneiform script, you can read any symbol, usually a syllable, but sometimes it's more than one syllable, in a multiple number of ways. So one is, for example, it's usually read, let me think, what was it, P-I. We read 13 different ways. And that's not highly unusual for the cuneiform script. So if you've got personal names, here's someone writing Cambridge Ancient History saying, in order to find a personal or a place name in the cuneiform script, you have to know what you're looking for. And sadly, they're looking at it and not finding people in here. So there's a guy who was publishing in 52 said, I found Jehoshaphat in the Elamarna tablets. But it's read Ir Chepa, and they read that Abdi Chepat. Ir can mean, it generally means, it's a Sumerian word, but the Semitic word, the Akkadian word, is Abdi, which means servant. And if you guys know a little bit of Arabic, you know Abdi still is Arabic, it means servant. Abdullah means servant of the God, the only God, right? Abdullah. So it actually gives in the back how these names are read. This is very valuable if you're interested in finding out who these folks are. And it gives, like here, the way it's written, every occurrence is here, and all the different spellings. Now these are just basic spellings. The good thing is it's got various diacritical symbols where you can look these up in something like you might call a dictionary of the cuneiform symbols.